How to think in English and stop translating in your head. In this video, I am going to show you how to think in English and stop translating in your head. By the end of this short lesson, you will be able to express yourself more effectively and efficiently in both written and spoken English. Hello everyone, this is Zenko Studio and today I'm going to be teaching you a very important skill that will definitely help you improve your English skills and start thinking in English. Many of us find it challenging to switch out our native language thoughts for those in English because we're used to thinking in our mother tongue. However, by learning how to think in English, you'll be able to control your thoughts better, making communication easier. So without further ado, let's get started. 1. Start with the basics. Learn how to use articles, prepositions, and pronouns. English grammar is not as complicated as it seems, and with a little practice, you will be able to express yourself in the language perfectly. In this video, we'll teach you how to use articles, prepositions, and pronouns when speaking English. In English, there are 3 articles, a, an, and the. Articles are used before nouns or noun equivalents and are a type of adjective. The definite article is used before a noun to indicate that the identity of the noun is known to the reader. The indefinite article is used before a noun that is general or when its identity is not known. There are certain situations in which a noun takes no article. Well, what is the tense of the verb in each sentence? I am reading a book. The present tense is I am reading. B. How are the verbs phrased in each sentence? The verbs are phrased in each sentence as follows: I am speaking, you are speaking, he is speaking. C. What is the subject of a sentence? The subject of a sentence is the person or thing that the sentence refers to. D. Where is the action taking place in each sentence? The cat is on the mat. The action of the sentence is taking place on the mat. Here are a few basic sentence structures that you will need to learn in order to think in English. Subject plus verb. Direct object plus verb. Indirect object plus verb. Possessive pronoun plus noun. 3. Take advantage of parallel structures by embedding multiple ideas in a single sentence. The parallel structures in this sentence help you think about the different ideas. I can't believe that he would do something like that. This expresses disbelief or amazement. She helped me carry my bags to my car. This shows her kind and helpful side. I feel terrible for making him mad like that. Expresses remorse or guilt. 4. Practice using idioms and saying expressions out loud to understand their meaning. A. What is the idiom "a penny saved is a penny earned"? One could interpret the saying to mean that it is always a good idea to save money since, in the long run, this will result in more savings. B. What is the idiom "time heals all wounds"? The idiom "time heals all wounds" is a saying that means that time will heal any hurt or injury. C. What is the idiom "can't see the forest for the trees"? This idiom means that someone is focusing too much on the small details and does not see the big picture. D. What is the idiom "wake up and smell the coffee"? Wake up and smell the coffee is an idiom that means to become aware of a situation and take action. E. What is the idiom "once bitten, twice shy"? The idiom "once bitten, twice shy" means that someone is very cautious after being bitten once by a snake or other dangerous creature. F. What is the idiom "throwing good money after bad"? The idiom "throwing good money after bad" means to waste your time and money on something that is not worth it. G. What is the idiom "to err is human, to forgive divine"? The idiomatic phrase "to err is human, to forgive divine" means that humans make mistakes and need forgiveness, but God can be merciful and pardon people. 5. Use context clues to figure out the meaning of less prominent words. What does the phrase "less prominent words" mean? Less prominent words are usually smaller or less important in a sentence. How do context clues help in figuring out the meaning of less prominent words? Context clues can help in figuring out the meaning of less prominent words. For example, in the sentence "I read a book today," book is a more prominent word than read. Therefore, context clues would suggest that the person reading had something to do with books other than just reading them. This could be inferred from things like mentioning going to the library or saying they prefer to read books instead of watching TV. What are some examples of context clues that would help in understanding the meaning of less prominent words? Context clues that would help in understanding the meaning of less prominent words could include: the word "less" is used to describe something that is not as important or significant. Examples of things less important than a person's own feelings might be a car accident, an illness, or losing money. Give an example of a situation where you would use less prominent words to describe someone or something. If you were describing a person who was shy, you would use less prominent words like quiet or leery. The less prominent word in this sentence is rhythm. The more prominent words are clothes and shoes. Clothes refer to the material someone is wearing, while shoes refer to the item of footwear worn on the feet. Rhythm might describe how a particular piece of clothing or footwear falls together rhythmically, matching each other up in sync. 6. Use online resources like the Grammar Girl or Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary when you don't know the answer to a word. Both the Grammar Girl and Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary offer explanations for common words and phrases, as well as spelling and usage guidelines. 7. Remember that English is a language like any other, and you can learn new skills by practicing them. To improve your English skills, try to engage in conversation with native speakers, read books and articles about the language, listen to audio materials on the internet, or take classes devoted specifically to improving your English. 8. Practice your English with native speakers online or in real life. There are many places to practice your English with native speakers online or in real life. Try interactive forums, Skype lessons, and group classes. If you're feeling ambitious, try taking a college course in English. 9. Before you speak in English, edit your thoughts. What are the basics of the English language? There are 3 main components of English grammar: word order, syntax, and morphology. Word order is the way that words are placed in a sentence and determines who does what. Syntax includes how verbs, adjectives, and other parts of speech work together in sentences to communicate meaning. Morphology deals with the structure of words themselves, how they are formed, used, and changed over time. How do we make sentences? Making a sentence is simple. You take a subject and you add an action verb to it. For example, I read the book. The subject is I, the action verb is read, and the object of that verb is the book. See, what do articles do in a sentence? Some articles provide additional detail or explanation. Why is it important to use proper grammar when speaking English? There are a few reasons why proper grammar is important when speaking English. First, using correct grammar makes your speech more intelligible to other speakers. Second, using incorrect grammar can result in confusing or misinterpreted words and sentences. Finally, improper grammar can give the impression that you do not take pride in your language skills or that you are not confident in speaking English. How do you make sure that your pronunciation matches the correct spelling of words? You can look up the words and try to pronounce them correctly. You can also check online dictionary definitions or use a word speller. How do you create emphatic or stressed words in English? There are a few ways to create emphatic or stressed words in English. One way is to use the word very before the word that needs to be emphasized. For example, you could say, I really need this book, or this is very important. Another way to emphasize a word is to add an extra syllable at the end of it. For example, you might say totally instead of just total. Is there a difference between regular and irregular verbs? There is no definitive answer to this question. Some people might say that there is a difference, while others would not mention any differences. Ultimately, it depends on the person's perspective and experience. 10. When you're speaking English, practice using proper grammar and vocabulary. Example, I prefer to eat at home because I never know what restaurants have good food. Because is a subordinating conjunction and should be used after I, not before. Additionally, the past perfect verb form of know is new. The sentence would then read, I prefer to eat at home because I knew restaurants had good food. 11. Use active listening skills when trying to understand someone else. Things to take note of. What was the main topic of discussion? Who did the talking? How did they introduce themselves? What were some of the key points made during the conversation? Some of the key points made during the conversation can be that both parties agreed to continue working together and that there was a mutual understanding of where each party stood. Additionally, the other party acknowledged some of the concerns raised by the first party and offered to try and address those issues in further conversations. What emotions were expressed during the conversation? The emotions expressed during the conversation can be surprise, happiness, or anger. Was there any disagreement or conflict within the conversation? For example, there was some disagreement within the conversation. One person wanted to keep the conversation focused on politics and another person wanted to discuss their personal experiences with mental health. How was communication handled within the conversation? The communication within the conversation can be handled through people speaking and listening. Active listening skills involve paying attention to what the other person is saying and responding in a way that helps them feel understood. This can include paraphrasing, acknowledging what the person has said, and using body language to indicate that you are taking notice. 12. Improve your writing skills with the Oxford comma. What is the Oxford comma? The Oxford comma is a punctuation mark that appears after the last word in a list and before the first word of the next list. The Oxford comma, or serial comma, is a punctuation mark that should always be used in lists of 3 or more items. It helps to avoid confusion and makes the list easier to read and understand with ease. If you think that all the above listed steps are enough to stop translating your thoughts into English, then we bet you're wrong. It's not easy to banish your translator from your head. And yes, sometimes it is good to sit down and become more active when it comes to learning new languages. One of our tutors can help you with any doubts regarding this topic. Just check out Zenko Studio on Instagram or email us for more. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share our video for more exciting topics like this.